Before the speech of our guest speaker, I really given my reaction. Kasi para sa akin, what they have done is really monumental. So many projects and so many achievements in the council. And I commented all of these projects because as for one, LaSalle has projects that is supported by them. So, isa lang ako sa kanyang tanong. So, out of the 700s projects, 19 lang. Bakit? What's the bottleneck of almost 700s? Oh, kasi green pa yan, ganun pa yan. But you see, it's not that easy. I've been a researcher for so long, and as what Dr. Padilla have said, that really you have top to bottom, and you have to have those people up the bottom line. So, people will go join your research, but at the end, you find out that, ay, parang meron akong bagong idea, and not in this research. So, there are a lot of problems, that was only one, but there's so many problems actually. So, what I could maybe pose to the council is that it's not just supporting through the funds that the researcher or the program would ask you. Maybe from phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, until the end, you cannot just say, oh, okay na yun ang funding namin, so bahala na kayo sa susunod dyan, which is what? Licensing, commercialization, and all this stuff. And where the researcher is no information about. But also, I would recommend the IPHIL, the establishment of the franchise of the ITSU that makes now the researcher aware of their rights. And because of this, there are a lot of research really going forward. And I'm sure in the near future, all these researchers will go somewhere, not just for the promotion, publication of the faculty. But I think because of this initiative of all this council in the DOST, I'm sure that it will really come to the realization of all this projects should be brought into the illusion, to the market. Okay? So sir, congratulations. You have done your part. Sabi ko nga sa kanya, sayang, I've been 30 years in LaSalle last Tuesday, 30 years in LaSalle. And of many projects I have not submitted to be shared. Although I am the first pioneering graduate of manufacturing in master's degree through the PhilASST. So ako yung unang gumamit sa MS in Manufacturing Engineering. So what I would like to present now is the initiative of the LSU, okay, in the biomedical devices and health technologies, which ay sabi ko sa kanya, doon ako ni Doc Montoya. So doon ako na-attract because biomedical devices is so complicated. And when I first attended the technical committees of FDA, and when I was introduced to a group of people, said, these are the Association of the Biomedical Devices Manufacturing Association of the Philippines, the Society of Manufacturing of Biomedical Devices. Wow, meron na pala. So tinanong ko, ano yung mga sir, yung gloves, cotton buds, wow, biomedical devices pala yan. So, yun yung ko. So, what we're doing now in the LaSalle, and it is supported by, again, by DOST. Mind you guys, kasi when we presented it in a forum, daming tumaas ng kilay. Bakit LaSalle? Private yan. Di ba, for public, dapat institute, dapat doon sa SUC. Guys, galing from SUC, we're not here to take what you will have already, but take us as partners. Partners. So, nakikita lang namin sa Lasana, we're doing a lot of biomedical devices. And parang may kulang talaga. May kulang talaga. So, what we propose, so hindi ko na lang kasi sa amin yan. I will go to this. The establishment of this iBETH. So, iBETH was formed through our initiative in the research group, what we call Biomedical Devices Innovation at eHealth Research Group in my department. And because of so many projects that we have, sabi natin, paano ba ito i-ano natin yung project na to? So, we need a one-stop shop, okay? For information support, infrastructure, biomedical devices, and health technologies in the Philippines. So, meaning, it's not only Lasal, okay? Because we're doing this since we got the EU support Asia project from PISA University, and they trained us for the biomedical devices way back in 2003, 2004. It started all. Doon kami nag-umpisa, 2003, 2004. So, until now, so the project or the institute was just approved by the DOST and the LaSalle last March. So, we're just beginning. So, one stop, lab to market, a go-to center. We found out that in our country, there are still so many things that we need for biomedical devices. One of them is the safety testing, even the design testing, and of course, the calibration, all of this. Another is an environment for conducive biomedical devices innovation and health technologies. As of now, kapag biomedical devices, ano ba yan? Diba? So, mga doktor lang yan, engineer, kasama. So, dapat there is a feel na I'm welcome to that discipline. So, not just multidisciplinary, but interdisciplinary. Medicine, engineering, biology. Draws together existing research universities, institution with research project focusing on biomedical devices and health technologies. So, ito yung ano namin makikita na with this institute, we have in the institute centers that maybe researchers would work on their projects related to biomedical devices and health technologies. Streamline and accelerate the development process. And of course, promote the collaborative multidiscipline, then enhance, strengthen, enables the community. And one thing, because we need to train the people doing research or even offering the program of biomedical engineering, the DOST have given us to screen, okay, the applicants who will be taking up MSc, PhD in biomedical engineering funded by ACI. Foreign graduate studies, anywhere in the world. Importante lang, may acceptance ka na apply na kayo. So, the structure is that, paano nyo kinuha yung budget sa The institute is just a space. Wala kaming budget galing sa DOST. Ang sabi ng DOST, if you want to have a budget, then propose R&D projects. So, the component projects are the R&D projects, and you propose the needed equipment para magkaroon ka ng equipment. So, the capacity building for the scholarship. So, the deadline for that, every year, dalawa. So, the intake for masters or PhD sa September, then by April, mayroon na kayo kumpleto na requirements. By January or February or March, the deadline will be September of the year. So, right now, the component projects that we have the Agapay, the Lapara, the Tayo project. So, what are those things? So Agapay, this is the robotic arm. So as for the research since 2016, 3 of our former Agapay project researchers are now in the University of Leeds, taking up neurorobotics. Is exploring the idea of controlling now the hand movement through the brain. The other one is in Liverpool Hope, is Sir Alex, but through the DOST naman. So ERDT, doing the haptics, because we are doing also the surgical robotics. And the other guy, Ira, is now in the University of Plymouth, also a researcher in Agapay. And they're doing this with different scholarship because we want to come back and really make sure that all these researches will be done at saka magagamit sa end user. So, Lapara is the robotic surgical arm. I know PGH, the Medical City, at saka yung St. Luke's, meron silang the Benchi, fully automated, 200 million basic unit. But what we're proposing is that is in between the conventional and the highly fully automated, in between na nandun ba rin, hindi handheld yung ano. And by November, we could produce the 3D printed prototypes. The tayo is you have the arm, the Agapay, you have the arm, and the tayo is the equivalent recess of the lower limbs. And these are the incoming projects. Hanap is an X3, portable X3, handheld X3, which could be used for TV application. Na maliit lang, so nandun na yung shielding for the radiation. Another one is the Medley, is a drone delivery for, again, sa TV to. Application pa rin, for uplands, we could have samples and all of this delivered because it is really difficult to climb uplands places. And of course, Australia project, these are on the proposal stage. And of course, the new policy of the DOST now for projects that you have prior art, data assessment, at saka market assessment. That makes us additional work. So, bago daw nila entertain, you have the 3 additional requirements. Okay? So, of course, the 6 piece. And I would just end my talk that we have the same dreams, we have the same looking forward. So, huwag nyo kami rin na lasal lang yan. We are partners, we're partnering you. So, don't be shy, okay? So, this is my personal that I share it to everybody with a bit about doing research that developing reliable, easy to operate, safe to use, and affordable biomedical devices through the research is done by the Filipinos, for the Filipinos, towards the health Philippines. And we can do it, then maybe we can start new industries for biomedical devices and hospital equipment. So with that, I would end my talk. Thank you very much.